I guess the difference is tonight, it's not the Canberra gallery he's talking to, not his favoured few, but the Canberra gallery. My good friends to be an exception here, but usually it tends to steer to the left side of politics. Tonight it's a crapshoot. I mean, God knows who's in that room. The questions could come from anywhere, and they could be people that are personally affected by decisions the government's made. Hard to sort of sidestep responsibility for some of this stuff. So this will be a test for the PM.
Unpredictable, difficult to prepare for. And I think what nights like this are really good for too, Peter, is this is where we get a real sense of the issues that are really cutting through for people. I think work from home, particularly the time that I spent on the Dutton bus, there might not have been such an awareness of just how toxic that policy was until it became so obvious that they needed to backtrack. And there was a lot of focus on other things, absolutely, the cost of living and power bills. These things are very much issues. That was one there might not have been so much awareness until those door knocks were taking place and they realised that this is something that people have really tuned into. So I'm as fascinated to see as much as what the leaders' answers are, what the questions are from the viewers tonight, because we don't know what they are, the leaders don't know what they are, so it's a real live litmus test on what voters are looking for out of their leaders.
Not your first rodeo tonight. What do you look for?
Well, it's always, to me, that big takeaway moment. I think something that stood out to me so far is lots of people don't want to engage in politics. We stop a lot of people in the mornings to try and get them to talk on camera. What's your view on Albo versus Dutton? I would say 90% I couldn't show you because they will not stop. They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk about politics.
Really?
The cut through is what's that big line? You know what cut through the other day? Peter Dutton hitting the cameraman in the face. Yeah. Lots of people I know that don't care about politics wanted to know about that moment. I think what is the cut through? Space Invader was a huge one that stands in my mind, but I'd forgotten some of those others. The Abbott coming off the stage was a huge thing.
The visual of that.
Yeah. What's that going to be tonight? It's hard for either side. And if you're too prepared in what you're going to say, that shortened moment was very calculated. He knew what he was going to say. He was using that. What's the strategy tonight? Are they trying to make Peter Dutton be nasty? Anthony Albanese likes to use that line. Does Mr Dutton want to say the line, "You're a liar"? Let's see what they go with tonight.
And what about falls from the Prime Minister, or falls he has but doesn't admit to, Cam?
One leg down.
We were discussing before how much of your body has to hit the ground before it constitutes a fall. Is it like a knee? Is it your tailbone? Oh, look, these are the moments that people remember, Peter. I mean, sometimes they don't know what policies are on the table, maybe even when they walk into the booth, but they'll know whether or not they saw a fall or whether a poor camo got sconed with a football. Those are the things that, for as much as we love the policy, Peter, they're the things people remember.
I agree. Well, enjoy. You've got 4 weeks to go still on the road.
Bring it on.
I hope I catch up with you again in person.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks very much.